Welcome back. In the last video, you mastered the callback trap. You learned how to use arrow functions, our photographs, to fix this in for each. And we got a tiny peek at a special tool called the dot bind. But what is the dot bind? And what's about its two siblings, call and apply? These three functions are your special toolkit. They give you the precise surgical control over the this keyword. Here is the problem they solve. What if you have an object and a function and they're completely separate? How do you borrow a method from one object and have another object use it? Take a look at this code. We have a person and dog objects. If we call person.greet, it logs, "Hi, I am John." But when you call dog.greet, it crashes because it doesn't have a greet method in it, right? How can we make our Macs borrow the greet function from John? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how. Let's get our tools. Alright, the first two tools, call and apply, are for running the function immediately, but with this of your choice. First, let's look at the call method. It lets you call a function, and the very first argument you pass to the call method becomes the this keyword inside the function. We want the dog to be the this inside the greet method, right? So we take the function we want to borrow, person.greet, and we use dot call on it by passing the dog as the first argument. Here we are literally telling the function run the function right now, and I use this as the dog object we passed inside the function. And it works. But what if the function takes other arguments? Simple. With the dot call, you just pass the rest of the arguments one by one after the this object as shown in here. So in dot call, the first parameter is the this of our choice. Remaining comma separated values will be passed to the method as the arguments. Next, let's look at the apply. It is identical to the call in one way. It also runs the function immediately. The only difference is how it takes the arguments. My favorite way to remember this is A for apply, A for array. See, instead of comma separated list, apply takes all the arguments in a single array. That's it. That is the only difference. Apply is perfect if your arguments are already in an array. Both means run the borrowed function right now with the this of our choice. So call and apply run the function right now. But what if you don't want it to run it now? What if you need to pass it to someone else to run it later? Like a button's event listener. This is where dot bind comes in. And this should be very familiar from our previous video. Dot bind does not run the function right now. Instead, dot bind creates and returns a brand new function. Inside that new function, this is permanently bound. It is super glued, logged in forever to whatever the object you provided. Let's go back to our crashing button example from video 1. Remember this? This dot update value is our chameleon. When we pass it to an event listener, it loses its this. And the DOM event passes the button as this, which is the completely wrong object. In video 1, we fixed it by changing the definition of update value to an arrow function. But what if we can't? What if it has to be a regular function for some reason? We can fix it where we use it with the dot bind method. Look at that. We take our chameleon function, this dot update value, we call dot bind on it, and what do we pass in? We pass in our correct this, the my component instance. Dot bind gives us back a new function, a bound function, where this is permanently logged into our component. It's like dot bind takes our chameleon and turns it into a photograph for us. We give that new function to the event listener. Now, when the user clicks, it doesn't matter how the browser calls it. This is guaranteed. Problem solved. And that's your complete toolkit. Dot call runs the function now by passing the arguments as comma separated list. Dot apply runs the function now by passing all arguments in a single array. Dot bind returns a new function to run it later. You are now a this surgeon. You understand the two core rules. You have mastered the callback trap, and now you have the special tools to handle any advanced cases. So all this talk about the classes, constructors like my component, it brings up a huge question. We keep using this inside the constructor. Where did this come from in the first place? What magic does the new keyword actually do to create it? In our next video, we are pulling back the curtains on object-oriented JavaScript. We are going to demystify the new keyword, classes, and prototypes, focusing strictly on the magic of how they create and set up our this. Make sure to subscribe. You are so close to finish the line. I will see you in the next one. Till then, happy coding.